You are an infinite, eternal, energetic, multidimensional, badass being who can literally have whatever you desire, whenever you desire it. Welcome to Abundant Universe, your go-to podcast for becoming your most empowered, powerful, abundant, truest, and highest possible self through self-mastery, quantum healing, spiritual activation, soul expansion, and ascension. Here we talk about your self-concept, subconscious beliefs, science, spirituality, mindful manifestation, magic, mysticism, remembering and embodying who you really are, and all things esoteric. I'm your friendly neighborhood self-mastery and mindful manifestation mentor, energy alchemist, quantum healer, spiritual ascension activator, and host, Elle Brandlin. And today we're talking about why you don't need to identify, dismantle, and rewrite all of your false limiting beliefs. So stick around until the end to find out what to do instead, because it's so much simpler. And be sure to subscribe wherever you're listening. And if you're on YouTube, please like the video to tell the algorithm to show it to more people, because that helps more people who will benefit from it to find it. But without further ado, let's jump in. So here's another episode where I call myself out a bit, because I fully believed that you had to identify, dismantle, and rewrite all the false limiting beliefs that were keeping you stuck in an undesirable reality before I understood this super simple concept, which I've talked about in an episode recently, and that's that any belief other than I'm an infinite, eternal, energetic, multidimensional badass who can have anything I want, anytime I want, is a false limiting belief. So let's talk about this. Is it really necessary then to identify every single false limiting belief, figure out where it came from, re-reason it to start dismantling it, and rewrite it so that you can replace the negative thoughts associated with it? I used to think so, because that's what I was taught when I first started out, but I was wrong, and so were the teachers I was learning from at first. It may be true for you if you have a deep-rooted belief system that says that you're not an infinite, eternal, energetic, multidimensional being with limitless ability to manifest anything you want, and you don't want to change that for some reason. But I promise you there's a much simpler, faster way. Because like I said, when you believe this one simple truth, that's all you need to uproot everything else. So you don't need to go back to when you were 5 and remember how mom used to say that money doesn't grow on trees, so that every time you think that, you can replace it with something like, mom was just doing the best she could, but she was wrong because she didn't understand how beliefs create reality and not the other way around. Besides, replacing your thoughts like that every time you have them can actually become an internal battle that creates more resistance, and what we resist persists, right? So what should you do instead? First, I want to say that if you really feel like you need to identify and re-reason all the false limiting beliefs and paradigms you were programmed with in your early childhood, and that really resonates with you, by all means, go ahead and do that, because we're all different. However, instead of doing that, which does work, by the way, it just takes way longer, here's the more efficient way. As soon as you notice an old belief, thought pattern, or story pop up, interrupt it and do your best to allow it to pass, letting it go without attaching any judgment or emotion to it. Then simply remind yourself that you are an infinite, eternal, energetic, multidimensional, badass being who can literally have whatever you desire, whenever you desire it, because that's the objective truth of who and what we all are. So allow yourself to feel empowered by this, and simply release any thought that opposes it with as little judgment, feeling, or attachment as possible, until it becomes none. That's the main thing you need to reprogram your mind and rewire your brain for. So repeatedly remind yourself of this fact until you're wired for it. And sure, if you have some seriously deep-seated, damaging beliefs around something you really desire, like true love, amazing health, financial abundance, or whatever it is for you, please feel free to create some positive affirmations and do whatever is most natural to you to reprogram yourself for those beliefs more quickly. And if you're not sure how to reprogram your mind and rewire your brain, hit up the show notes or description box for my help. But I promise you it'll go even faster if you're constantly reminding yourself of who and what you really are, which is a unique expression of source consciousness with a direct connection to the superconscious, divine mind, the all, or whatever you want to call it, with a brain that does not produce consciousness, but is simply a filter for literally all of the infinite information in the universe. And we'll actually talk more about that on an episode I'm planning to put out within the next couple of weeks that will be all about how to get wired for abundance. But I hope this episode has simplified your journey a bit. And if you're interested in getting my help to simplify your journey even more, check the show notes or description box for all the links and info you need to work with me, from my monthly Mindful Manifestors membership at just $5.99 per month for early birds until April 1st, all the way up to my highest level, highest touch, one-to-one self-mastery and spiritual ascension mentorship program, if that's the journey you're on, which includes 3 spiritual spa retreat weekends anywhere in the world that you choose. You can also find the link to my free Abundant Universe community below if you'd rather start there. And be sure to meet me here tomorrow if you want to learn all about the full moon in Libra coming up next Thursday, April 6th, or Wednesday, depending on what time zone you're in, so you can harness those energies to gain clarity, get enlightened, and shift yourself into your optimal timeline more quickly and effortlessly, because you deserve to live in a reality of freedom, fulfillment, peace, the highest joy, magic, and abundance in every aspect of your life, and I believe in you, so you should too. Much love.